Here's how I send out 1,000 cold emails a day for myself and my clients, and how you can do something similar for your own agency for less than $200 a month. You see, cold email is a fantastic tool that any agency owner can use to target their target audience. Whether you're targeting law firms in Toronto or gyms in California, it really does not matter who you're trying to target and what services you're trying to offer. I always tell my clients this. Imagine you have your offer, right? You've used Hormozi's $100 million offers formula, and you've watched my previous video where I broke down how you can create an offer for cold email. Now, all your job is to do is just to put your formula and your offer in front of your target market. And if you're sending out thousands of cold emails a day, you'll be putting your offer in front of thousands of your ideal customers every single day on autopilot. That's the real power of cold email, and here's how I do it for my own agency so that you can do something similar for your agency. Let's get right into it. Okay, cool. So the first actual real step of sending 1,000 cold emails a day is to first set up all the domains and all of the emails. So how you first want to do this is you want to buy domains so that you can send emails from, right? Now, the big misconception here is that you will not be sending emails from your main domain. So for example, my main domain is gamic.us. That's my landing page. That's where I have all my stuff. But I don't send from that domain. I don't send from arian@gamic.us simply because, think about it, when you're sending out cold emails and you're sending out so many of them, you're obviously going to have some people who report you as spam, who add you to a blacklist. And if that happens to your main website, main domain, you're going to be fucked because your whole website and website ranking will tank, right? So you don't want to send from your main domain. So how do you actually go about solving this? Well, it's pretty simple, right? What you want to do is use a website registrar, something like Porkbun or GoDaddy. In this example, I'm going to go with Porkbun because I like it. It's pretty simple. And you want to buy domains that are similar to your main domain. So mine is, of course, gamic.us. So I've bought domains that are similar to gamic.us. I've bought domains like the ones here, like Acquire Gamic Media, Try Gamic Media, Now Gamic Media, Pro Gamic Media, and Scale Gamic Media, right? That's just a few examples. But essentially what you want to do is you want to buy 10 of these domains that are similar to your main company or agency domain website. Now, as for the prefixes itself, you can just go into ChatGPT and you can be like, hey, here's my company name, it's gamic.us, or here's my company domain website, it's gamic.us. Generate me 10 to 15 prefixes so that I can send out so that I can do cold email outreach from and make it random, right? So it'll give you like marketing gamicmedia.com, acquire gamicmedia.com, try gamic media, so on and so forth. You get the idea. Just don't make it your your main domain. Please don't end up burning your main website. Then once you've done that and you've bought 10 of those domains, what you want to do is forward 10 of those domains into your main domain website, right? So the reason for this is so whenever you cold email someone, they'll probably look at your main domain. They'll be like, who is this guy that emailed me, right? Let me check out his company. And this is where you're going to forward your domain to your main website, so that way they can get a good idea of what it is that you do, what services you offer, your past case studies, your wins, and all that good stuff. So you want to go in here on Porkbun, and you can just go. If you just press details, and there's a forward domain button where you can just go ahead and set all of that up. I'm not going to do it because if I open it, you guys will see my address. But essentially, yeah, just forward all your 10 domains to your main website. Now, once you've actually gone ahead and bought those 10 domains, you come up with names, and you've forwarded it to your main website, what you want to do now is connect all of these domains into Google Workspace. Now, I'm not going to go super in depth on this either because Porkbun and I'm assuming GoDaddy as well has guides on this where they go full in depth on how to actually do this. But if you come to the right, bottom right here on Porkbun, you can just look up Google email, and they already have an article for you where they've written everything out for you, where it just goes into detail on how to actually go ahead and connect all of these domains and make Google accounts from the domains that you bought, right? And one important caveat is for every single domain that you've bought, so which is 10, you want 2 emails per domain. So what I mean by this is if you have, let's say, arian@acquiregamicmedia.com, I'm going to have one email account that is arian@acquiregamicmedia.com and another account that is arianariel@acquiregamicmedia.com. I hope that makes sense, but essentially you want 2 emails per every single domain that you have bought for yourself there. So once you've set all of that up, and again, I'm not going to go into detail, go into Porkbun, go into GoDaddy. They have full-on technical guides on how to go about doing all of this. You should be met with the screen like this when you set it up. This is basically your Google Admin Workspace console. And for every single domain, you're going to have one of these, right? Where you have 2 users per domain, right? So once you've set all of that up, you want to now go into Manage Users. And if you click on the profile picture once you get on here, so let me show you real quick. If you click on the profile pictures once you go on here, once you've actually gone ahead and click on Manage Users, you can just click on this profile picture right here. You'll be able to put a profile picture for every single user that you have. Now, the reason why this is important is because you obviously, when you're doing outreach, want to look like a real person, not like a robot you just put into an outreach system. So put a profile picture on there and make it at least seem real, right? And you want to do this for every single email account that you have. So just to be clear, once you set up all the domains and you've connected it to Workspace, make sure you go into every single user and actually go ahead and set up the profile pictures for them. Now, once you're done with all of that, you want to now come here into smartlead.ai. And essentially what smartlead.ai is it's a sending tool. So there's a lot of other sending tools, email sending tools on the market. I've recommended Instantly in the past, but I now go with SmartLead simply because once you actually go into it and learn all of the cold email nuances and advanced tactics, this is a lot better. Trust me. I like Instantly's UI better, but SmartLead overall is just better in my opinion. So go ahead and check out SmartLead. I'm not even sponsored. This is just genuinely how good the product is, right? So once you've actually gone ahead and set all of your Workspace accounts up, you want to go into here, get a SmartLead account, and you want to add account on the top right. And you want to click on O authorization, and you want to go ahead and connect all of your email accounts on there. Now again, I'm not going to go super into depth. As you can see, SmartLead already has a setup on how to do this. So you can go ahead and watch that video where they'll basically break everything down on how to go ahead and do that. But again, it's pretty straightforward. It's just very, very tedious and it takes a good amount of time. But once you've actually gone ahead and mastered it once, you should be good, right? Now, really the last step of the technical setup, at least for now, is you want to warm your email accounts up. So what I mean by this is, think of it like this. If you're Google and there's a new person that just bought a few emails and they automatically the next day start spending out all these email account messages, you're obviously going to think like this guy's a bot. Like there's no way you just right off the bat start sending out this many email accounts or this many email messages with this many accounts, right? So the solution to this is you have to warm your email account up. Now what I mean by that is pretty straightforward, right? You basically you don't want to go right off the bat and go ahead and just start setting out all these email accounts. No, you want to start small and you want to work your way up. That is kind of like a little breakdown of how email warm up works. But the way to do this on SmartLead is once you have all your accounts in, and it should just be your accounts for now, you want to click on this button right here and you'll select all of the email accounts that you have in. Then you want to click on bulk update. Once you're in here, it'll say bulk update warm up status. Click on that. Click active, obviously. Total number of warm up emails per day. You can put this at 40. Bulk update daily warm up. You can press enable, and this is fine. 5 a day is fine. And you want to put this all the way up to 40, and you want to put this at about, I put 20 honestly, but you can do 25. Reply rate, I will just leave this at 35. And you want to click on bulk auto adjust warm up sending ratio, and you want to press save. And every single one of those emails will have all of those settings applied to them at once. And what you will do is essentially be putting all your emails through the warm up process. Now you have to warm your email accounts up for about 2 weeks before you can start and go ahead and start outreach. But in this, for now, just put them in there, put them to the warm up, and you should be good to go. I already have them all warmed up right now. And by the way, even when you're sending out emails, make sure you keep your warm up on. But I already have them all warmed up right now, so I don't need to go ahead and actually go through with those settings. But that's pretty much it for the technical stuff for now. I know it's a lot of work, but trust me, you do it once and it gets easier. And eventually with your agency, once you get to a point where you become good at it, or you have enough cash flow, you can hire somebody else to do it for you, and just go from there. But that's pretty much it for the technical setup. Let's go to step number 2. All right, now step number 2 is lead sourcing. Now that you have all your emails in the warm-up pool and they're warming up and getting ready to send out emails, you have to now get leads to actually send out emails too. So one of the databases, or probably the best database that I recommend, and what you've probably already seen online, is Apollo.io. Now, if you haven't already, go ahead and watch my breakdown that I did a few months ago about Apollo.io and how to actually get it for $19 a month and not $99 a month. But I also go more into depth on filters and all that good stuff. But essentially, it's a simple database that you can use to find whoever you want, right? So let's say, for example, I had a saved search here where I'm looking for lawyers or law practices, and at those law practices, I want them to be in New York, and I want the job titles. I want to target the actual lawyers there and the founders there, right? If I put those filters in, like I already have here, it gives me about 969 people for me to actually reach out to and get the emails from Apollo. So essentially what you want to do is you want to go into here, press select all people, you want to add it. Okay, never mind, hold up. You want to add it, there you go, to a list. And essentially once you've added it to a list, what you can do is just export the list. And let me see here. You're going to export the list, and it should give you something like this. Now this is basically a lot of shit, where it'll be more than this, but you'll have a lot of shit. But the main stuff you want to keep here is the first name, the company name, the email. You can delete all this, and you can delete the website. You can keep the city and state and SEO description if you want, but you'll just basically get a whole bunch of shit, right? But the main thing is obviously first name, company name, email, maybe the city that they're from. You want to use that in the email, and maybe the SEO description. You want to write some AI lines from that. Check out one of my videos. I'll leave it over here somewhere where you can go ahead and watch as I do that. But essentially, once you have this Excel sheet, you want to then put it into an email verifier. Now the reason for this is because only about 40 to 50% of the emails on Apollo are actually good to send out to. I know it's a shitty idea, or it's a shitty percentage, but that's why I said do not pay $99 for the service, pay $19 a month. Like I have it in the video over there. But what you want to do is you want to put that Excel sheet into here. And what this tool will do is called Million Verifier. It will verify every single email that is actually valid in the Excel sheet and give it out to you like this. So let's say on this list, it's 70. Now, usually it's about 40 to 50, but it's 70 here, right? Where 72% of the emails are good, so about 74 people. 24 are risky, so 25, and then 4 are bad, right? So what you can do is go into here, download reports, and press good emails, and you should be good to go. Literally, you only need the good emails. The risky ones, it's catch-all. That's a whole different other subject that I'll make in the future. But for now, in this video, if you're a beginner, go into good emails, and you should be good to go. Now, if you do not want to buy Apollo at all, and you're just like want to try it, but you don't want to use the freaking $50 a month plan and then go back down to $19 a month, there is a way for you to actually get lead list. Now, this is through a Discord server, and I know it'll seem a little bit shady, but trust me, it actually works. This is through a Discord server called Verify Magically, or Magically Verify, something like that. But essentially, what you want to do is you want to come into here. And I'll leave my link in the description below where you can join and actually use this Apollo scraper. What you want to do is you'll be put in the server, and there's a channel called Scraper. You want to click on Apollo Scraper, and you want to click on Extract Leads, right? And once you get into here, it'll ask you for two things. One, the Apollo link, and how many leads you want from it. The Apollo link is the actual search that you have. So what you want to do is you want to go into Apollo, you want to put all your filters in. You want the CEO, owner, founder of law practices in Texas, New York, California, and Florida, let's say for example. And once you have all that, you'll have a pretty long URL, and you just want to press Control-C, copy, and paste it in here. And you want to put the amount of leads that you want from that search, right? So let's say if it's 1,000 people on that search, but you only want let's say it's 10,000 people on that search, but you only want 1,000 just so you want to test it out. You can just put 1K, and it will bill you $3 per 1,000 leads, which in my opinion is pretty fucking cheap. And you can use it at any time, anywhere, and it serves pretty good. So there's also that option for you. I know it seems a little bit shady, but trust me, this actually works pretty well, and it saves a lot of time because you don't even need an Apollo account for you to actually get the lead list. So this is also very, very good for the price in it itself, right? But anyways, besides that, once you have the lead list that you want, you've cleaned the lead list, you should be pretty good to go for step 2. We'll now go on to step number 3. Okay, step number 3 is actually going ahead and sending out the emails. So by now, you've already set all of the cold emails up, and you've let them warm up for about 14 days. You've pulled a lead list of whoever you want to target, and you've verified that the lead lists are accurate by using Million Verifier. Now it's after these 14 days, it's actually time to go ahead and start the outreach, right? So how do you actually do that? Well, you want to go into here on email campaign, go into all campaigns, press add campaign, and from that lead list where you pulled, or from that lead list where the lead list was cleaned by using Million Verifier, you want to upload that into SmartLead, right? So let's say for this one, this is a random campaign that I had. You upload it, and it'll give you a lot of this stuff, but you will basically want to sync up all of the columns to the actual stuff itself. So name to the name, email to the email, blah, blah, blah. For just this example, I'm just going to go ahead and do all this. And then once you've done that, you're now good to go and actually start writing the copy. So you can see here, once you're here, you can write whatever you want, blah, 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 your subject, whatever, add follow-ups. If they don't reply to that, go here. And there's a bunch of other steps to actually going ahead and going through with it. I'll let you play around with it. SmartLead has a lot of guides on here. Trust me, if you just go into the bottom right, again, these guides on Pork Bun or on Apollo will be your best friend because it's very, very valuable, especially SmartLead if you're a beginner. Go ahead and go through all these guides, and you'll know everything about the tool, and you will actually be a really, really good cold emailing wizard, per se. Anyway, once you've gone ahead and done that, your campaign should be good to launch, and you should be good to go, right? Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about in this last part is the sending, of how much sending per day is good, and when to send, and sending on weekends, and domain reputation and health, right? So let's start off with the sending. Well, you can test this out, but in my opinion and talking to people that I know, the best after the most optimal emails to send per day per email account after 2 weeks of warm up is 50. That's just what I have found to be really, really good, is just 50, right? And in SmartLead, there's a setting in the campaigns feature where you can go into the campaigns and you can figure out what time to actually send the cold email, right? You might be asking that, like, what time do I send my cold emails out from? Do I start at 6 a.m.? Do I start at 1? Like, what is the most optimal time, REM? There really is no right or wrong answer here. It just depends on the time zone you are targeting, right? So it's really hard. For example, if you're live in California and you want to work with somebody on the East Coast, you have to probably start sending out emails at 6 a.m., right? Your time. I'm Central Time, so I just send out 8 p.m. I start at like 8 or a.m., 8 or 9 a.m. and start sending it out. Typically, I will just start around 10 a.m. EST or 9 a.m. EST, and you should be fine, right? If I'm assuming most of you are US here, but I would say start around 8, 9 a.m. EST and end your outreach like at 6 p.m. EST, and you should be totally fine. Now, as for the warm-up reputation, like what does this mean? How does this work? Essentially, you want to make sure that your email accounts are all green across the board, right? If they are not green, like this email account I have here, just take them out of every single campaign and put them on warm up. The reason for this is if the reputation is bad, that means that your warm up emails are going to spam. So you want to just take it out of all real campaigns and let it warm up by itself and let it work its way up through the reputation, right? What I have to do is if it gets below 85, I'll just take it out of the campaign and just let it warm up by itself. And once it gets past up 85, 86, that's when I'll just put it back into the campaign and it should be good to go, right? Now, one last thing is should I actually go ahead and send on weekends? And in my opinion, yes. Business owners check their emails on weekends. Trust me, if you're targeting the founders, owners, they will check their emails on weekends. So actually go ahead and cold email on weekends. Who gives a fuck, right? Because I'll be honest with you, yes, the actual reply rate is lower on the weekends, but you'll find that you'll actually book meetings and have people reply to you on weekends overall. So yes, absolutely send emails on weekends because you'll actually get meetings booked and you'll actually get some deals out of going ahead and sending cold emails on weekends. But besides that, that's pretty much it for step number 3. That's how you put your emails into a campaign. That's how many emails you send. You should send on weekends and watch your domain health score or your email health score, and you should be good when you're actually sending emails. So with that being said, that is how I send out thousands of cold emails every single day for myself and my clients for really under $300, and how you can do the same. If you found this valuable, I hope that you can actually go ahead and implement some of the stuff that I spoke about in this video. And if you are an agency owner or founder making over $30,000 a month and you want to work with me personally and let me install this system into your business, click that button below and you can go ahead and book a call with me and we'll see if we are a good fit to actually work together. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you found this valuable and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.